Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mark, this is CCFPG Garage. Today we're going to go over the top 5 Camaro and Firebirds that you should go out and buy today. Let's get started. So number 5 on our list is the 91-92 Z28 Camaro. One of our good friend of mine, a longtime supporter of the group, and a big supporter of the channel is a friend of mine, Benny. That's his 91 Camaro Z28. These cars are seeming to increase in value. There's still a lot of mint ones around. Always been a fan of Benny's car. I had a 91 RS, but it just wasn't a Z28. But go out and get one of these. It's got all the safety features, airbag, whatnot. If you can find one with the 5.7 in it, I highly recommend you buy it. But, you know, there's a lot of 5 liters out there, equally good weekend cars. But the 5.7 is probably, the one with the 5.7 is probably my pick for number 5. We're going to count down through the rest of it, so stay tuned to number 1. So number 4 on our list is the 68-69 Firebird. This one here is a longtime member of the group. When we had that big exhibit at the auto show in 2011, we selected Brad's 68 Firebird. Very rare car. You don't see a lot of them out there anymore. 68, 67, 69s. This one is all original. It was repainted, but really good condition, and it was truly an honor to have Brad's car in the auto show exhibit. So that's why we selected it for number 4. So number 3 is the 2002 SLP Camaro SS. We could have put in any of the 4th gen SSs in there. The 96, 97s. You know, they're all good cars. The 02 SS, just because it comes with a few more options, a bit more horsepower. This one here is a good friend of mine, Freddie's, who I haven't seen in a long time, but you know what? Dedicated, long member of the group. So we thought we'd honor Freddie and his 02 SS as number 3. So number 2 on our list, the 2011 SLP ZL series. This ZL 585, I got the opportunity to drive this car, and as you can see with the couple small photos we put in there, it donned the header for the flyer for our 2011 show, and we had it at one of the big indoor shows, Performance World, that same year prior to our June show. It had phenomenal response. A lot of people loved the car. These were only made for a couple of years, so this was a 5th gen Camaro that was sent to SLP. SLP put the supercharger on it and did a bunch of other modifications. And you can get it, I believe they made a V6 version SLP as well. They're not very popular. Those are probably more rare than the V8 ones, but they go from 575, 550, all the way to 750. And again, they only made them for a couple of years. So pretty rare car. If you can find one, there's a fair amount of them out there, but not thousands and thousands and thousands of them. But it also, it's also the header of this channel, right? We wanted to find the right picture for our channel page, and this just happened to fit. So awesome car. These next 2 are going to be very hard to kind of tie in, because we could have put 100 cars from number 2 and 100 cars from number 1. So they were very hard to pick. But the number 2 is definitely worth looking at, as the ZL series by SLP. So our number 1 pick for this was a tough one. The number 1 pick for our top 5 is the 99-02 Trans Am WS6 and Firehawk. So the one on the left, in case you were not aware, is a Firehawk. It's again like number 2. This car was built by Pontiac, sent to SLP, and had a bunch of modifications done to it. I actually could have bought this car, I think it was 2 years ago, just before the pandemic, and I missed out on it. It kind of had higher mileage on it. It was above 300K, but the price was a little high. They wanted about 15 grand for it, and it wasn't worth 15 grand. But it was, when I looked it up on an SLP registry, it was a 1 of 60 car. I think it was about build 44, and kicking myself that I should have pursued it a little more, because it would have been a great weekend car. The one on the right is a good buddy of mine, Brian, fellow subscriber, longtime member of the group, big supporter of the channel. That's his O2 Trans Am WS6. I've always teased Brian for years that if he's ever to sell this car, I want to be the first phone call. I still expect that, Brian, if you're watching. So, and to this date, I don't think anybody else has driven this car other than him and me. So it's a pretty big honor. The car's got low kilometers on it. Great car. Turns heads everywhere it goes. So really, this was a tough one for number one. But those are, that's why I put them both in there. It's, great. Two either great choices. There's a lot of Firehawks around. A lot of them have a lot of low miles. But if you can get your hands on it, you can check the registry on the. You can check with SLP registry, Firehawk SLP registry. They have their own websites. I forget what the RPO code is. We can get to it in another video, but there's a certain RPO code. The dealer had thought that this was a knockoff, and I checked the code and it had the RPO code, and that's how I went home, ran the VIN, and sure enough, it was a real deal. So always check that RPO code. We'll get back to that in a minute. We'll get back to that in another video. But we really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and thanks to all our new subscribers for supporting the channel. And until next time, we'll see you soon. We hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. We really appreciate the support.